Hello and welcome to another video on Baldur's Gate 3. I'm Shadow Coast and welcome to the channel. In this episode we're going to outline how to become Lord of the Ogres. How can we get 3 mighty ogres, including Lump the Enlightened, to fight on our behalf in Baldur's Gate 3. As we jump into this, please consider subscribing and dropping this video a thumbs up to support the channel. Without further ado, let's jump in. In the Blighted Village, as I've outlined here earlier in the video, we can talk to 3 ogres, including Lump the Enlightened. Now, if you prefer to get what, in my opinion, is the best helmet for wizards in the game, which effectively maxes out your intelligence, you can fight and kill these ogres and loot Lump to get the headband. However, if you would like to become Lord of the Ogres and enlist their help to fight on your behalf, you can do that. So here, as you can see, we engage in a discussion. Now, in order for this to work, and assuming that you do not receive the mark from the Goblin Priestess in the Goblin Camp, you have to pass a deception check, which we're going to do right now. You can see here we luckily roll right over that 11, a 12, to pass it. Now this is important. I have not, at this point in this playthrough, talked to the Priestess Gut to see if I could get the Mark of the Absolute. I actually don't know if she could give you the mark or not. Regardless, if you pass this deception check, you can enlist additional options to talk to Lump and convince him to forego his contract with the goblins and fight on our behalf. So as you can see, we're sweetening the deal using our pretty gith skin to convince him that we are not only tasty, but more importantly, we can pay him to fight on our behalf. So right here you can see we picked this option, and he's going to consider it, talking about how he's super smart and special, yada yada yada, before we get into it. So, I'm just going to let this play through. Now, in this video, we are going to outline how this actually works in practice and what it means once you use or call them in to support you. So here we go. He admits that he is driven by gluttony and greed. He actually doesn't care about the absolute. That's okay and good for us. And effectively, he wants gold. Fantastic. And of course, things to eat, because they're ogres, so they need to satiate their unsatiable appetites. So here, we're going to propose that they fight for us. And basically, he's going to say, well, we're willing to do it if you can pony up the gold. Now, I'm going to select option 1, where I give them 500 gold up front. I just want to kind of lock in the deal. You could kind of try to convince them with paying them later on for 1,000 gold, but once you use it for that first battle, you're going to have to pony up 1,000 gold, which is pretty pricey. So in this case, I know I have a 500 gold, so we're going to lock in the deal. And he's going to give us the horn, which we're going to take a look at here in a second. Now, we're actually going to outline in this video how this works, just so you have an understanding. So we're going to actively engage some goblins to crack some goblin skulls, just for fun and to show you how this works. I'm going to click on the get the option just so you can see how that plays out. So that is a spoiler or racial passive, but again, this will work with any character you create. And let's go run down here and engage in a fight. So you can see here we have Lump's Warhorn, and effectively if we right click Lump's Warhorn, we can sound and call them in for battle. And then once they'll run to the vicinity. You could see that they just disappeared. They kind of went to the magical plane waiting for us to call them. And down here I'm going to open it up, sound the horn, and call them. And you're going to see they come a little, not right directly around us. They're going to run a little further north here. Here in a second, we're going to outline that. And that's okay because they're going to fight other goblins in the vicinity on our behalf. So they're standing up there. And then here, I'm going to actively engage in battle to start a fight, and they're actually going to fight up here on our behalf. So what we're going to do is we're going to speed through this battle. You're going to see that they're fighting, 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 and then at the end here, we're going to see the overall impact of the aftermath of the battle, where we effectively have to renegotiate. So here we go. We are going to speed up this battle as quickly as we can just to get to the end so you can see that negotiation. So you can see here, we're fighting down here. The ogres are cracking some goblin skulls up there as we reach the vicinity. Now, in this area in the Blighted Village, was able to use my Ithalid powers or worm to convince them that I am one of the absolutes chosen. And here you can see the goblins are doing their job as we agreed upon for our 500 gold to fight it out. So we're done. And we've cleared the area, and then we're going to enter into a dialogue. So the deal is done. Shall we extend our contract? That greed and gluttony extend. So we're going to ask why he wants gold, and he's like, look, I'm enlightened. I know gold will get me my way. I'm going to take it. So there you go. We are going to then use deception to say we'll pay 1,000 gold for the next fight. So effectively, we can guarantee that we get 2 solid fights out of this, which is great, assuming you pass the check, which we do. So we can use the horn again. So this is how to become Lord of the Ogres. They are super powerful. Like I said, you can opt to take out Lump and his band and get one of the best wizard helmets that maxes out your intelligence. Thanks so much for watching. Please consider subscribing and hope to see you in future videos. Shadow